You not giving up on me, you being the first woman to not turn their back on me and not betray me. It made me be like, bro, I can't keep doing this. I can't. I have a son now. I already had a daughter with another woman, and like I'm messing my daughter up. Like I can't do this to this woman who actually loves me with this son that like needs us, like
Yeah.
I can't do this. So I think it just as I got older and matured more, and your prayers and like all of that stuff working together, it just eventually was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. And then it was still a struggle. I was still working in the strip club, still around all these crazy things every night. And yeah, it wasn't until our son was what, 5 6 years old, and I was like, I want him to grow up knowing who God is.
He was 5.
Yeah, I want him to know who God is, and I want him to go to church as a kid, and like stepping foot back into church after a really long time, 6 years. And I would go to church at 6 p.m. with my family, and then I'd go work at the strip club at 10 or 11 and be standing there in front of the stage like, what am I doing with my life right now? And that lasted for about 4 months. And I would pray on the way to work, like, God, please don't let me keep doing this longer than I need to. And yeah, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And eventually I ended up getting suspended. Um, First time in 12 years, I had 2 weeks off. And it just, it gave me a lot of time to reflect. And at that point, I had good men of God to give me good advice versus come back and let's get this bread. So, yeah, the Bible says God makes all things work together for those who love him and are the called according to his purpose. And he made all of it work together. He made it all work out in the end, and it's still working together. Us being able to help and coach people and teach people like what they should do when they're going through this. It's like I could have never dreamt this in a gazillion years.
Yeah, and I think what finally helped us in your breaking point is you were ready to take accountability. You were ready to do whatever I needed you to do in order to make the relationship work. You didn't fight me on the boundaries and the things that I needed from you, which I think was huge and allowed God to rebuild what was broken in our relationship. And then finding a church community and like really plugging into a church and serving and all those things, I think played a huge part in the trajectory of our relationship and who you became as well.
And I think that you have to get to that point where you're willing to walk away from everything, where you hate that life so much that you can't do it anymore.